Welcome. Welcome. Glad you made it. It's a social production. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome back. It is another social production. We're doing it on Wednesday, August the 14th, halfway through the month, baby. 2024, of course. 1424, a lot of fours, twos, ones, twos, ones, zeros, fours. Wherever you're tuning in from, if it's your first time, buckle up, buckle down. Where can you find these videos? On Instagram. Follow me there if you like. Subscribe on the YouTube channel if you like to watch the full-length videos. Check out patreon.com/RobSadri if you'd like to fiscally, financially support the show, because after all, this is a one-man operation. It's a little tiny boat floating in the river of life. And we could always use more boat supplies, such as sales, 50% off, paddles, engines, pirates, some seamen, some experienced, aged seamen. All of it, on hands on deck, and all that good. So if you've been with me from the get-go, sending all the love right back to you. If you're just tuning in right now, you can pick up wherever you like. This could be your first episode. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you don't want your family catch you don't want your family catch monkeypox. Fucking subscribe right now. Unless you want your family to catch monkeypox, which is happening apparently, which is beautiful. Because hell yeah, bringing it back, making monkeypox cool again. Yes, we did it. It's happening. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that this one didn't come from the monkeys. I don't care what we eat, because we had AIDS. That initially rumors had it start off with a monkey. And everybody's like, no, it's not a monkey. It's somebody. Monkey. It's in the name. Monkeypox. I'm guessing somebody fucked a chimp or an ape or a gorilla or a chimpanzee or whatever you want to call it. The ones that are like us but not like us, with a tail. You've been out there chasing tail. Now it's now it's in your immune system or something. So if you don't want that for your family, subscribe. If you're like, you know what, can I subscribe and still get that for my yes. If you want that for your family, you can subscribe and we can make it happen for you and your family as well. If you're like, man, my dad sure could use a little bit of monkeypox in his life, then fucking subscribe. And if you know what, because I'm feeling generous, monkeypox, regardless if you subscribe or not, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, so you can pick up wherever you like. If it's your first time joining us today, you can pick up from today, you son of a bitch. Ladies, gents, and again, wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's Canada, shout out to my homes in Canada, shout out south of Canada, United States, South Americas, of course, let's not forget what's in the middle, Mexico, over there in Europe, Asia, Africa, the islands, Japan, ya did it again, earthquakes, what's going on? Because they're in the ring of fire. I just learned that recently. Japan's in the ring of fire. Apparently California is in the ring of fire too. It's just a ring of fire. It's like a half, it's more like a U. It shouldn't be because the ring of fire, it makes me think of like a circle. But it shows that it like, whoever's, on the coast, like California and Japan, it goes on, it's like a U, it's like an upside down U, it's like a frown. Maybe there should be the frown of fire. That's what they should have called it, not the ring of fire, or like the arc of fire, or with whatever, not a ring. It's definitely, I don't know why they call it fire, because it's related to earthquakes, unless the earthquakes are caused by a volcanic eruption, then maybe I get that. Maybe there's an underground, in the water, in the sea, in the ocean, volcanic eruption that propels some sort of an earthquake, hence ring of fire. Maybe it should have been called ring of quake, ring of quakes, ring of the shakes, ring of vibrations. That's what it should have been called. In my humble opinion, of course, I'm just a loser idiot or something along those. It's just a fella on the internet and in real life too. So don't take my word for it, but also don't take my word for it. Don't take my word on anything, really. Don't really. I mean that. So sips up to the gang. I'll say this, ladies and gentlemen, but monkeypox is happening, which is exciting. I do like get excited about the fact that we do have new STDs in town. It's nice. Gets you fucking, oh man. What am I gonna catch next? What am I gonna avoid next? Did somebody fuck a monkey? If somebody did fuck a monkey, please rate, leave a review. Point out the monkey. At least we should know patient 0. You're like, no, it wasn't a monkey. It was a monkey. Then why is it called a monkeypox? And how are all do monkeys have it? That's the real question. And if they do, how are they thriving in life? Because they don't seem to be bothered with it at all. Like, I'm just a little confused. But again, if you say it comes from a monkey and it's named after a monkey, I'm gonna say it's from a monkey, all right? Don't be like, oh, it came from a bat. Didn't come from a bat. It was actually lab grown. Maybe this one's lab grown too. Who knows? I don't even know what I'm talking about. That one, bunch of them are lab grown, not gonna lie to you. Not that I know, I'm just guessing. Fucking comes out of nowhere, it's fucking hyper aggro. Doesn't seem of this, it doesn't seem like it's been just, you know, conjured up by nature. Maybe we took an element of nature and just like zapped it with a bunch of lasers and cocks in the lab and we made it stronger. I don't know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, but that's not new. Who are you kidding? Let's get a sip of this shit right here. I will say this, shout out to the ones that are dealing with earthquakes in regions of, shaky regions of the world. Which makes me, at this point, it's 2024, we're heading into, it's almost, before you know it's gonna be 2025. Before you know it's gonna be 2030. Before you know we're all gonna be dead. And hopefully a long time. Like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. In 80 years, most of us will be dead. But that's nothing to hold you back while you're, my question is, why are we in these regions that are AKA in the ring of fire without any actual fire? Again, name questionable, motives unknown, culprits yet to be determined. Is the fracking? Who knows? Missiles launched that then land into the ocean and vibrate. Who knows? Natural. It's nature. It's just nature queefing, maybe also. But I will say this. This is, you know, because pros and cons, right? Pros and earthquakes. If you are the type that is prone to getting a seizure and vibrating on the ground, now is your time to shine. Like for a moment, for however long the earthquake, because everybody then is vibrating and shaking and potentially foaming at the mouth, you will fit right in. So shout out to the ones that fucking get on the floor and start breakdancing like an Australian breakdancer and fucking just foaming at the mouth. If there's an earthquake, you will not be singled out. You, as a matter of fact, you might just shine. Because once the shake stops, you'll still be going. Once everybody's back on their feet, you'll still be going, which then you'll be, again, on the outskirts, ridiculed, singled out, ostracized perhaps a little bit, but nonetheless, at least take the time if there's a quake and if you've got the shakes, if you are, I don't know whatever syndrome that makes you shake, Carpenter's disease, I don't know what they call it, whatever, you've seen old, you know, the old boxers, some of them might get, some people with extreme CTE, you might see somebody just fucking just vibrating, or maybe somebody with a really good vibrator up their ass, or on their peen, or on the tip of their clit, and they're just fucking vibrating in an office space, just trying to make a phone call, just shaking. Blend in, utilize it to the best of your benefit. If you are, I'll say this, we do got to make adjustments, ladies and gentlemen. In regions that are in the ring of fire, or again, I didn't come up with it. If you're getting earthquaked, maybe it's best we start questioning why we're building our buildings in regions that are in the ring of fire with concrete, with metal, with wood, with all these harsh, rigid materials that are not flexible. Henceforward, like moving forward from now, moving forward from now on, from the regions that are prone to getting earthquakes, you should only be building your buildings out of rubber. Rubber buildings solved it once and for all. Think of the material used for your tires, right? if your building was made out of that, it would probably smell like tires, like rubber, like used condoms, like, just synthetic, just industrial. It'll smell industrial. You'll get a whiff of your interior and be like, brain cells or something, listen. But let's make your homes out of so when the shakes come, you just you waddle a little. You just waddle a little bit. Just waddle this way, waddle. You're a little. You should be make them out of rubber and incorporate links. Nothing should be written. Every floor should be a link that adjusts as soon as it should. So you should have. If you're in a building, it should not be a rigid, stable building. Every floor should be able to maneuver in every direction, 360. Your building should be able to essentially go all the way down and back up again, down and back up again. It should just go down, up, down, side, down, up. You know what I mean? It should just basically take the physics of a slinky, implement that into architecture and buildings in regions that are prone to getting the shakes everywhere. Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Oh, this region's been hit by an earthquake. Fucking figure it out. Figure it out. Rubber buildings. It's hard to yes. I'd read the meters that say there's gonna be a quake and predetermine when it's gonna be coming. So at least if you're not gonna do that, my heart goes out. What's the solution? I just want to solve it so we don't have to hear about it anymore. 7.8, whatever. Put wheels on your homes so you just roll down the hill. Sure, you're not in the neighborhood of your choice, but at least your home is still intact. In regions of earthquake, put people on wheels. Every person in Japan, every person in California, because I've heard you guys get a lot of earthquakes as well. Everybody should be on wheels. Just roll around. Just make everything downhill. Give it a nice slope and roll. If there is a quake coming, down the hill to safety. Solved it. You're welcome, everybody. This is a little side inquiry that this wasn't something that I was gonna bring up, but now I feel like it should be brought up. I recently just did jerk off to a video just a few nights ago, and there was a lady with a nice hard nipple, pointy nipple, nice and hard nipple, pointy. It's a little bit longer than usual. And after I cleaned myself up and went to bed, I got up the next morning, I just came into my mind. I'm like, who's got the longest nipple on planet Earth? And I couldn't find it on the Googles. I couldn't find it on ChatGPT. Wouldn't give me a straight up answer. So I am now intrigued. I don't think it's been recorded apparently. At least not that I'm aware of. If you happen to be the owner of the longest nipple, I'm talking erect, not talking flaccid, just down. I'm talking erect nipple. Male, female, don't give a rat's ass, to be honest with ya. Whoever's got the longest nipple on planet Earth, leave a comment. How long is it erect? Are we talking, because the one I beat off to the other night, or bat off to, because it's in the past, and I beat it off, I batted, you get it. I bet. The one where I yanked myself until I exerted bodily fluids, that one. It was, I'd say, eyeballing it, I'd say it was about maybe half an inch, centimeter to half an inch. It was erect, pointing. I'm just like, who's got the longest nipple? Because it'd be nice to have the longest nipples. Like if you have let's say a 6-inch erect nipple, you'd be able to just point to things without actually pointing to things using your hands. Instead of going what's that over there? You could just turn a nip and be like, what's that over there? You could hang your keychains. If you've got a keychain and everybody's like, oh, I'm always losing my keychain. You get into fights with your family members because you can't find your key. Hang it on your long nipple. If let's say a friend is, you go into a concert and it's really loud and your friend's like, oh, my ears are hurt because this concert's really loud. You can take your nipple because it's really long. stuff it in one of their ears and at least plug one of their ear holes with your long erect nipples. You could, let's say you are walking by a dam, all right? And there is water on the other side of the dam, as dams are known to, because wet on one side, dry on the other. Just like your vag, just like my vag, just like our vag. Wet on one side, dry on the other. I'll say this: if you notice that there's a hole in the dam and there's no time to, oh my god, the dam's gonna, plug the tiny hole with your erect nipple until local authorities are called to come to the scene and like fucking plug it up properly. But at least there's no water seeping through. So be a hero. Step up. That was just a little side note. Again, I am intrigued as to who has got the longest nipple. I thought there'd be a Guinness World Record, but I couldn't find it. If you know who's got it, please leave a comment. Write how long it is. How has it benefited you in this? Do you just walk in the room and everybody starts fucking clapping? Is life just a bunch of open doors and green lights for you, sir, ma'am? Because I'd imagine that's the power of an extremely long nipple. God, I wish I had them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into it though. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's beat right on the bush. Let's remove the bush. Let's replant the bush once again and beat on top of it. Let's do a little design in the bush. And then beat it. Beat on top of it, around it, in it, under it. Hovering above the bush. Let us not hover above the bush. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so you might have heard that salads are not, salads are so boring. You'll say that to yourself. I'm going to eat a salad, but the salads are boring. I need to cut back a little bit. I need to drop a couple of pounds, lose a little bit of weight. Salad's been recommended to me because salad's got a lot of fiber and it just flushes the system. System flushed. If you want to flush that, but your salads are boring. And you've heard that stigma that salads are, myself, I do find salads to be boring as well. I never eat them. Every once in a blue moon, if I'm forced, if my arms twisted, if my tits are being fucking purple nurpled, if somebody's wet willying me right now and forcing me to eat a salad and it's boring, and that's when I thought to myself, if I have to eat a salad, it needs to be exciting. Salads need to be exciting, and that's what I did on my time so that we don't have to fucking outsource this shit to China. We can do this, shout out to the Chinese, of course, but it's just, let's get manufacturing back. And that's when I thought to myself, how do we make salads exciting once again? If your salad's fucking boring, if your salad just likes to, come home after work and just, pop on the sofa and read a book and maybe get a glass of wine, if your salad just likes to go for a bike ride with a helmet, and your salad is safe, your salad is boring, if your salad is the type of salad that just likes to sleep at a reasonable time, you know what I'm talking about, that kind of salad, there's a way to change that around. If you want to make your salads exciting, ladies and gentlemen, hand your salad a weapon, hand your salad a knife, hand your salad just a couple of ninja stars, put your salad on top of a motorcycle vehicle like a Harley Davidson or something, and just turn on the engine and just let it right off to the sunset. Should it come back to you, then eat it. But at least your salad's not boring. Let your salad get on a Harley, go to a bar somewhere random, start buying shots for everyone, get into a fight with everyone, make up with everyone, become besties. Let your salad get a face tattoo. I think it's time that we make salads exciting again. Ladies and gentlemen, let your tattoo go skydiving. Go skydiving with let your salad go skydiving. Let your salad go skydiving with your tattoo. Why do I keep saying tattoo when I mean to say salad? Because you mentioned your salad getting a tattoo. Let us reel that back in one more time. Let your salad go skydiving with your salad. Make your salad exciting again. Buy your salad some guns. Take it to the shooting range. Let it just pop a couple of fucking shells out there. Get your salad a sawed-off shotgun. And buy a ranch where there's no one around for miles and let it just fucking walk in the yard and shoot a couple in the air. Let your salad get a tattoo in its eyeballs. Let your salad travel to Southeast Asia and fucking enter some sort of a Muay Thai competition after drinking a lot of Red Bull. But like not real Red Bull, like the one that they're concocting right now as we speak, the one that's fucking not FDA approved, the one that'll really fucking, just shrink or enlarge your scrotum, that kind of Red Bull. And that's one way you could there are a few ways you can make your salad a little bit more exciting. Pour the salad on top of you and have somebody eat it right off you, just as you're lying there naked, so that's more exciting, so that you're not going off to work the next day and they ask you, how's your weekend, John? And you'll just be, oh, boring salad. No more. Say you laid there in the nude and had a stranger eat salad right off your belly. Let your salad get involved in some sort of fucking dope manufacturing operation. Let your salad get involved with big pharma. Let your salad get its hands dirty with like big money. Let your salad do some art, and then find some good folks who are into money laundering and then fucking launder money through. Let your salad do money laundering is essentially what I'm trying to say. So that way you could eat it and be like, you know what? I'm glad you asked. Thank you. My salad was fucking exhilarating. My salad fucking jumped off the Eiffel Tower and opened a parachute. That's my salad. Never boring, never stale. Always exciting, living on the edge. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, again, off to a side note, again, I didn't want to bring this one up either, but it just seems to be one of those days that things do get brought up, because it was just recently occurring and constantly happening all over the place. I believe it was Brazil. To my beautiful Brazilian friends, mi familia down under, not the other guys down under, not those guys, not those criminals in Australia, my beautiful criminals, not current criminals of course, but like, descendants of hooligans, thieves, degenerates, my people, the good folks who turn things around after a few generations. What were you even talking about? That's right, Brazil. If I'm not mistaken, over the weekend I did hear that we had an unfortunate, devastating, tragic event. RIP to 61 or 2 passengers in the plane that was traveling somewhere in and around Brazil. I don't know the cause of the accident, but it went down. People died. This happens not too often, but it does happen. And just again, this was a reoccurring thought in my mind. Why don't we have parachutes in airplanes for everybody? Is that, and then I had to ask the internet. I'm like, how long does it take for an airplane to plummet to the ground if the engines should fail, let's say at maximum altitude, let's say around 30,000 feet? Engine failure, somebody opened up a mysterious food item that just reeks and somebody else panics. Somebody's touching somebody that they're not supposed to touch. Somebody panics. Somebody decides to take off their shoes and everybody gets irritated because, my God, what do you have in? What's on you? Am I smelling dead cats? You'll say that and then you'll get in a fist fight. And next thing you know, the beautiful pilot will say to the co-pilot, hey, co-pilot, stop doing coke. I'm going to grab the joystick or grab the button, whatever it is that we do in the cockpit. Grab the cockpit. I'll be back. I got to go settle this because I'm the pilot. And the pilot gets behind the curtain. No, in front of he comes from out the curtain from behind the curtain, in front of the curtain, closes the curtain, says, I'm your captain now. And everybody's like, you were the captain from the get-go. And then he's like, yes, that's what I meant to say. I've been your captain from the get-go. Now you're captain now. But what's going on back here? And meanwhile, he's trying to fucking break up a fight. The co-pilot who was told to stop doing coke is still doing coke. And you let go of the joystick. Now you're nose diving. Shit, son. How much time do you have before the plane goes plummeting down to the fucking ground and plooey? Kapoom, blast, kapow, everybody dead. Boo, boo, boo. How much time do you have? Apparently, from 30,000 feet on average, you might have it. Let's say 30,000 feet, engine failure, scuffle goes out in the back, somebody breaks out in a whatever. Fucking planes go. You got about 4 to 7 minutes approximately. Again, these are averages that I found on the internet. Just very surface level searching. You might have a little bit less. You might have a little bit more. 4 to 7. Let's add those up. Divided by, let's say you have let's just make it easy. You have 5 minutes, if you're lucky. From the time there's an engine failure or some sort of a mishap goes down, there's birds in your fucking engine. There's a naked man hiding in the cargo and he's mooning everybody from outside and you get distracted and boom, there you go. Plane's fucking crashing now. You have about 4 to 5 minutes to kind of make an escape of sorts. And I asked myself, is that good enough timing to get everybody? I don't know how many passengers are on a 747. I forget the numbers on airplanes. It's been a while, but 747 seems right in my mind and heart, so I'm gonna go with it. Let's say you're 747. Why did they call it a 7? Is it 747 people on the airplane? Does it have 747 seats? 747. I don't know. Is it the size of the engine? Is it the size of its penis? Is it the size of the penis of the engine? Is it this? Why do we call it? Why do we go by? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Let's say there's about 100, 200 passengers on a plane. 250, 300. 400, 200, 1 to 200, 250 passengers, let's say. Is there not enough because the internet came back to me and said, no, there's not enough time to get everybody. First of all, forget the time factor. We don't even put parachutes in airplanes. We just don't. One, it might be for cost. It might be like, you know what, you're not worth it. That's right. You pay, you pay an exorbitant amount of money. You pay a lot for shitty seats, for old airplanes, for no meals, for whatevs, for somebody's fucking BO to be right in your fucking nostrils, for some baby just crying in the back, for some elderly people just fucking passing out and stroking. So yeah, you have to fucking divert the flight. We're gonna have to land and wherever land, emergency landing, and you're like, again. So all of that, you're paying all of it, you're not worth it. Apparently it's not worth having parachutes for everybody. And let's say is it a cost thing that we're not putting the parachutes in there? Because you're like, it's too much. And by the way, if we do put the parachutes inside the airplanes, I suggest once you get on the airplane, forget seat belts. Everybody should parachute up once you get inside the air. That's just personal opinion. Instead of always worrying about, you can't tilt your seat forward. You know what? I'm gonna tilt my fucking seat forward. All right, fine. I'm not gonna. All right. I'm not gonna. But still, out of all the things that are gonna be potentially risking, I don't think it's the 30-degree angle of the seat isn't gonna make an impact as to whether or not we're gonna fucking survive this airplane. I'll say this: if it's cost, make cheaper parachutes. If it's just simply like how expensive are parachutes? It's basically a tablecloth with a bunch of strings. You can make it for $1.50. Find some people who are willing to make it for $1.50 and pay them $1, so we make even more money on it. I don't know how much it costs, but make sure everybody gets a parachute. If it's too costly, can individuals bring their own parachutes is my next question. Because I'm just saying, Maybe you should have the option every time you board a plane, get in there with your own parachute. And I know initially this might start off with just 1 or 2 people who get parachuted and get on the plane, and everybody's mocking and pointing fingers until that one time comes up where the plane is fucking going down, and then this person's like, excuse me guys, do you mind opening the door? I gotta get out of here. Everybody's panicking. They're like, if we're going down, you're going down with it. And you're like, I brought my parachute. Hey, come breath. I brought my parachute. Let me fucking eject. And everybody's like, not today. And you're like, oh, boo, again. So should people bring their own parachutes? That being said, even if there were parachutes, whether supplied by the airplane or, air travel industry, whoever's in charge, fucking aviators, whoever, the pilots, I don't know, whoever owns them. Or they're bringing their own, the passengers are bringing their, it's a matter of time. Is 4 or 5 minutes enough time for people to get out and fucking launch themselves in the middle of the ocean and wait for somebody to pick them up? Apparently, according to the internet, which was being a total fucking bummer with a negative attitude and a Debbie Downer, no, we can't make it, it's only 4 minutes, people are gonna panic. People panic all the time. The whole world is in panic. That's why we're always fighting. That's literally why we're always fighting. Everybody's always in a panic. Everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks the other guy's wrong. Everybody's panicking. Everybody's fucking poking. Everybody's fucking, everybody's always panicking. Doesn't mean doesn't mean that we haven't come this far. It doesn't mean that we didn't come just a couple of nights ago, and doesn't mean that we're not gonna come tonight. But we're gonna come together. That's what the point of all of this is. So if the internet says you panic, to us, it says, I say to the internet, no internet, you panic. People are cool, calm, collected. All right, fine, they panic. Sometimes we panic, but that doesn't define us. We don't innately panic. I say there needs to be a little bit more training in terms of just as it should just be like when you're in school, like one of the things they should teach you, hey, if you board an airplane, they're gonna give you a parachute and this is how you fucking operate a parachute. One of those basic life things, and instead of like, oh, learn the whoever table, you learn the turntable. You know what I mean? I don't need, you gotta memorize a turntable. You memorize a turntable. So teach people from a young age how to operate, because they're like, yeah, even if you get it, they don't know how to operate the parachutes, and it's pretty fucking simple. You pull a couple of things, pull one to make them simpler, make them idiot proof. So you just fucking pull on one little handle and pop, there it goes. How hard could it be to put if you can put on a backpack and literally pull, I think you can operate a parachute. Yeah, sure, it might not be this, like if you've never done it, you might get a little bit of whiplash, you might break a rib or fucking, but it's better than dying, unless you are some sort of like whiplash phobic son of a bitch who's like, not me, man, I've lived my life, all my life, no whiplash, no homo, no whiplash for this guy. I'm like, dude, get it together. We're about to save your fucking life. But that's just, to the ones that say that, fuck them, just let them fucking plummet. That's why the rest of the people, and they're like, there's not enough exits. Why don't we make more exits on the airplanes? Why don't we tell people, hey, be cool. Most often everything's gonna go great. Yeah, we might even face a little bit of turbulence. Oxygen masks might drop down. It's all. Why are we giving people oxygen if they're not gonna? Let's give people one. Let's replace that. That's another item that I have an issue with. Oxygen. There's plenty of oxygen. Let's maybe get people laughing gas. Get people some sort of a fucking hallucinogenic just coming through just fucking blast people with some sort of fucking, just mist of just ecstasy and psilocybin, and just at least less people. I don't need oxygen. I'm in the air. I've got enough. I don't, you know what I mean? It's not one of those things. It's like bare minimum. You might as well not even put anything in there. Just be like, yeah, we're giving you nothing. Extra doors. Hey, like people panic and we don't have time to get the design of the airplanes. I didn't want to do this myself, but I will roll up my sleeves and become an engineer. Hello, I'm an engineer. And engineering airplanes since '89, I say make the plane so that if it's going down, make the shaft of the airplane, either just you press a button or a couple of buttons and have it just, once everybody's parachuted up, once everybody's like, you got your parachute, everybody, great. All 300 of you, great. As soon as I say 3, on 3, the airplane will split open from the middle and everybody just funnel out, just fucking funnel out. You don't even need to go to the exits. It's the last fucking Hail Mary before we all might plummet. Let's split either have it, just split down the center, or like a hot dog bun. It doesn't matter, whichever way you want to slice it. I don't care. Maybe there's like bolts that could be, you press a button, the bolts come undone, pop the lid on that bitch. Everybody's out in 2 seconds. I don't, you know what I mean? Is it just a matter of like, I think we need to update airplanes a little bit. Maybe the iPhone's okay. Maybe let's just leave the iPhones for a couple of years. Focus on making the airplanes a little bit better, a little bit more leg room, at least. A little bit more leg room, a little bit more, think about the oxygen, the whole, it's a thing. So rest in peace to the peeps that died. Let's prevent it together. Let's get parachutes in there somehow and get some sort of training. It shouldn't be that hard, in my humble opinion, of course. But once again, idiot right here. What do I know? Don't put parachutes in there. Let's just keep fucking getting in tin cans and mostly traveling in a safe manner. But every once in a while, some unlucky group of, oh man, fucking sucks. 4 minutes of people, and you're not even by yourself with a bunch of randos who are just panicking, that must be one of the most terrifying ways to go. That, and fire, then fucking airplanes. God, don't wish it upon anyone. But also, I don't know, it might just be some sort of fucking, every chemical in your body's probably just being fucking pumped through your central nervous system, and you might be having a fucking orgasm with 300 strangers, but you'll die, which sucks again. But there is always the potential chance of reincarnation as well. So that being said, we went off on a whole bunch of other stuff that I didn't think we're going to talk about today, but we did talk about it today, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why we're here, to talk about different things. Let me get a sip of this shit right here. Hypothetical, but also very realistic situation. You're on the street. It's a street. It's like a street, like any other street, in a corner, in a street corner, somewhere in the dark valley, alley, hidden part of the city. It's just you walking at nighttime. There's a flickering light somewhere in the distance. All the shops are closed. It's in the late hours of the night. It's in the early AMs, as we say on the streets. You stumble upon a homeless man. He's on the ground, passed out. No one else is around. You need to give him or her, homeless man or homeless woman, doesn't matter. You need to give him or her CPR. You might even get a chance to call the 911s, and they're like, check the pulse, and you go in there and you fucking, you touch his little fucking neck or her neck. I can't feel anything. And they're like, check the wrist. You get the wrist and you finally feel a little pulse, but he's having it or she's having a difficult time breathing. Do you get, and CPR, and the 911 people are like, we're gonna be there in approximately 4 minutes. Give the man CPR, we'll be right there. Do you give the homeless man CPR? Question for the public. And you don't know if this beautiful homeless person, whether male, female, email, fucking, just airdrop, whatever it is, you don't know if they've got the AIDS, you don't know if they've got the pox, you don't know if they've got a combo, maybe they got the works. Do you give them mouth to mouth? Leave a comment. I'll let you just think about that for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time's up. Whether you said yes or no, now is the interesting part of this reverse equation, which we call a riddle wrapped in a little enigma or something. Reverse situation. You've been walking down an alley, a valley, a dark street corner in a corner of the street. There's in the distance, right there somewhere, there's a light flickering. mist, a little bit of a mist. There's a light drizzle, just drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. You've been walking, you were maybe a little bit tipsy, you passed out, you fall on the ground, you hit your head. Oh no, boo. No one's around to save you. It's a beautiful homeless man or woman, potentially just fucking working with AIDS, monkeypox, syphilis, light case of gonorrhea. Do you wish for them to give you the CPRs so that you are saved potentially for one more day or potentially many a beautiful decades after this little incident? That is something that just came to my mind and I thought about it. Would I? Oh man, first of all, I don't know CPR anymore. I used to, like way back in the day now. I've since forgone. I've not taken a course to get it fucking whatever. I can fake it. I'll give you a couple of these. I'll fucking get on that chest and just fucking crack a couple of ribs to bring you back to life. If no one's looking, and if it works, it works. Hero. If it doesn't, I happen to have potentially harmed, then I will walk away. And let's say that we tried, or not. You know what? Or not. So I will not. But let's say hypothetically I knew how to CPR. Oh, that is a toughie, but a goodie, and I like goodies who are toughies. Homeless man, a little bit of just fucking drool. He's not showered for many a months. Hair, somehow immaculate, somehow beautiful, Jesus-esque facial hair, beautiful hair. Average men, you see them, everybody fucking gets stressed out. You get a little bit of gray, you fucking get a little bit of whatever. These beautiful homeless men, some of them are just like, you know, it's like, why, how did it, and that's the balance of life. Doesn't have a penny to his name. Great hair, skin, questionable. It's probably just a little bit dirty, but hair, man, you're like that. All right, it works. I think it's just not washing. I think we're just washing our hair way too much, personally thinking. I've definitely stopped shampooing as much as I used to shampoo every day when I was a kid, but not anymore, not this guy. Gotta keep the natural oils in there or something. But let's not get sidetracked. The point is, if I don't know CPR hypothetically, if I knew CPR and I'm the only one, I will, I will create a ring with my just put my I will make a ring like this and just put my lips over my hand and maybe I could find a straw. Maybe there's always a loose, not the straws that we're dealing with, man. If you could find a straw from like just a couple of years ago, be plastic, you could definitely put that in his fucking mouth and just blow. But now these paper straws, you might as well just pick up a needle from the ground and stab yourself in the arm and give yourself AIDS right then and there. Who cares? The point is that tough, fuck. Dude, what? I want to say yes if I have to. Yes, fine. I'll fucking debate in my mind for a long time, but if there's nobody else, and let's say the 911 is busy for some odd, forced in a corner, maybe 911 isn't invented in this hypothetical situation, and you're the only one that knows CPR, then maybe yes. Yes, yeah, maybe. Fine, fucking yes. God. Reverse situation, if I'm passed out and again, no one else is around except a beautiful man or a beautiful woman riddled with AIDS, syphilis, fucking just, crack, just crack pipes embedded in the mush of hair, in the dreadlocks, but not the dreadlocks that you go and get made or like have to or make yours. The dreadlocks that just come of not brushing for a really long time. Those kind of and then there's like a bunch of crack pipes. And if that lady or fella happens to be a former CPR expert and they happen to have fallen on hard times, because who can blame anyone? For most of the time, it's just a matter of circumstance after. So it's most people, I'd like to say that most people are from life. Most people are good, decent, most people are at least. Most people are not bad. We could say that. So, fucking AIDS lips Sally here. Okay. Life depends on it. Yes. Yes. Give it to me. Fucking give it to me. Give it to me. I'll probably get up and just like scream a little bit in your face, and I'll thank you after. But I will just be like, so that's because you'd think that every time any of these circumstances might come up, it's going to be a beautiful man or a woman who happens to be of home or just like, in a nice suit or a dress, but people are something, but damn it. That's the time. I'm just saying these things. I don't know if it happens, I would actually step up and do it. I'd like to think that I would if there's nobody else and I'm gifted with the natural gifts of CPR. Then yes, I'd like to. I'd like to think that I would. Okay, at least I'd like to think that. I might not. But I'd like to think that I would. Again, if I know CPR, I'm the only one. Life depends on it. If I could just form a circle, maybe grab both hands, just two hands, and then mouth over two hands, and then crack a couple of ribs, then yes. Then yes, I see myself maybe potentially doing that. But what about you out there? Would you save a homeless man or woman by conducting CPR? Reverse these. Would you like to be saved by a homeless man or a woman CPR, again, riddled with AIDS? Ladies and gentlemen, it's fucking Wednesday. It's Wednesday and I was just thinking about this to myself, and if I thought it to myself, then I thought that you might be thinking it to yourself too. Do you need a little bit of a help, a little bit of a boost, a little bit of assistance when it comes time to closing? Because it's closing time, whether it's business, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business, whether it's a business, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a ship, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business, whether it's a business or a relationship, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a relation business, whether it's a relationship or a business, and you need help closing, you thought you were having a stroke, and you need help closing, and you've gone through the details, you've initialed all the pages, but the last final pages of the documents that need to be signed and initialed have not yet been signed and initialed. Big companies are about to merge. Two of the largest intercontinental global conglomerates are about to make a huge conglomerate company, baby, or a baby company that'll go on to become one of the leading manufacturers of things that get manufactured that people consume and buy. But yet maybe the person or persons, plural, the people on the other side are a little bit, they're just wondering, should we go with this merger? Is it time to merge? Maybe I need, I've initialed all the pages. Maybe I need to go home and just think about this one more night, just sleep on it one more. Maybe I need to sleep on this one more night. Maybe I need to take the documents home. Get naked, put the documents on their bed, sleep on it, literally, get up in the morning, take a shower with the documents, bring the documents back, and then sign it. But you're like, you know what? Life is short. Tomorrow, they say, is not promised. And I like to say, who are they? Who are they to say that, right? Well, you need help closing. Well, before you had to roll up your sleeves and maybe give a hand job under the table yourself. Well, those are the days of past. Those are the days of savagery and yesteryear. Today's a new day. It's a new dawn. And I'm feeling, we'll say, this is when I came up with the idea that we should have an app on our phones. That we need more apps. And one of the apps that we currently need right now is an instant lap dance app that you could just download on your phone, have it whenever you need to convince somebody to either, again, join a business, write a check, file for a divorce, get married, get custody of your cats, whatever it is that needs to, whatever deal it is that you're trying. Who has failed to conclude a deal after receiving a lap dance? That's the question that I like to ask the public and the universe and the fucking aliens up there, and you, the good people on the internet, and also the people who are fucking real, the people who fucking bleed. No, I'm not talking just about women, like, just humans, generally speaking. I'm talking about the ones that fucking get the paper cut and it's just like, this reminds me of the time my granddad got shot in World War II. Of course, I wouldn't say this, something you might say, because my grandpa never got shot in World War II. But again, having a difficult time closing somebody, get on the app. Instant lap dancers come in the room, they get on their laps and they start fucking twerking in their face. Just backing it up in fucking Mr. Jones's nose right there. How do you like them tits, Mr. Jones? And he's, I don't care about this paper can be signed right now. Let me enjoy my lap dance. And there you go. You just signed Mr. Jones, the biggest client on the East Coast of the Western Hemisphere of your block. There you go. Having a difficult time going to overseas business, and you're like, man, what if I'm in fucking Tokyo? What if we drank the sake? What if we did play our favorite songs at the local sake/karaoke bar? What if we went to a nice building where it's like 17 floors filled with all sorts of sex toys? What if we fucking mingled over that and then we got back out and got some cool items from a vending machine, which was actually way better than stuff you might find on the streets. Not to say the street food isn't great, I'm just saying the vending machines, that not from experience, of course, just things I've seen on the internet. They've got really good vending machines and food and dispensers. They've got people in their vending machines, is what I hear. There's tiny Japanese people stuck in vending machines, working night and day, not allowed to leave. So to ensure you have a good time when you're visiting Japan. Again, don't take my word for it. You're not supposed to talk to them or let anybody know, but it's actually quite sad. But it makes us happy, though. I'll say this, I don't care. But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, you've done all that, right? The sake bar didn't cut it. Karaoke, despite leading you to fucking break out a tune and hit the high notes and maybe unbutton a couple of buttons you weren't willing to unbutton before, you've done it. But guess what? Deal's still not signed, sealed, and delivered. Well, it needs to be, and that's where you reach for your phone. Insta lap dance, boom. Fucking sliding door slides right open. Fucking revolving door keeps on spinning, and lap dancers fucking get in one after another. 20 lap dancers fucking grinding on your clients. Who did this? We did this. You're the best. Sign those deals. Get them done today with Insta Lap Dance. Forgot your anniversary? Need to make it up to your loved one? Flowers typically work. Chocolate? Do you love her, or are you trying to kill her with diabetes? Not judging. You know what's not killing her? Insta Lap Dance. Fucking right there. Ladies, you shrunk your man's favorite jersey. It was a fucking vintage. And you get it, you've been with him through thick and thin. Through thick and thin. Through thin and thick. Through all levels of thickness and thinness. Virtually we're just working with threads at one point, really, and then at one point it got really fucking thick. Couldn't peek through at all. Man, what is this? A very thick barrier of whatever. But you got through it. But now you ruined his vintage jersey signed by his favorite player who's dead now. He's alive now. But if he dies, that thing's gonna be worth even more. So hopefully, well, you can't fix that, can you? But guess how you can make it up? Instant lap dance right there on your app. And again, the revolving door of the home fucking starts revolving. 20 lap dancers instantly. Anywhere you are, they're there. In your bedroom, they're there. In your shower, you want it, they're there. In your garage, doing work on your car. Yeah, kids. You got in your parents' car and you fucked up you're still in college, still living with your parents, and you ruin their car. You know how to make it up to them? And it's the lap dance. Your mom and dad will appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's motherfucking Wednesday. That's what that is. You can't be serious. You can't be serious. You can't be serious. You can't be serious, man. You can't be serious, man. You bumba, you can't be serious. You might have heard that sentence or series of words. You might have said that to yourself. I'll say that to myself. You can't be serious. Is when in moments where I do need to be serious, you can't be. I say that to myself. When might I say that to myself? For instance, when I go and if I were to sit down hypothetically, but also very realistically, if I were to go to a bank and insert my debit card into the debit machine and ask for a couple of hondos, crisp plastic bills. And the teller hands over the bills and asks, "Is that all, sir?" I have to remind myself, so that's why I said in my head, you can't be serious. Don't go asking for more. Oh, give me all the money in the bank right now and nobody gets tickled. You can't be serious. I tell myself all the time, because certain situations, you gotta be serious. You're at a funeral. I tell myself that hypothetically, but also very realistically, talking to myself before going in, you can't be serious, man. Don't go there and be like, who died in this party? Can't be serious. You can't, if it's an open casket, you can't be serious. You gotta be, so that's why I tell myself, you can't be serious. You can't just go over there and be like, oh, let me check and see what kind of outfit this fella's wearing. We seem to be about the same size. Does he really need that Italian suit? Does he really need those really nice shoes? The rings and the watch, does he really need it? You can't be serious. I tell myself, you can't just go there and, you can't just go there and fuck the old dead woman in the casket, because you can't. Be serious. It's a serious event. It's serious-minded individuals who are dealing with heartache and hardship and grieving. So you can't. Be serious. For once, you can't. Be serious. They stop you at an airport and ask you a few questions in regards to who or when the packing of your suitcase took. If you packed your own suit, don't get all fucking smart and be like, my neighbor packed my suit. Don't get it. You can't. Be serious. Just answer the questions. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I did. I packed these are my belongings and I packed them myself. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been a blast being with you here today, of course, once again. We did it. It's fucking Wednesday. Thank you for all the love and support. I'll be back here again next Friday, which is this Friday. In the meantime, have a lot of fun out there. I'll see you guys and gals out there very soon. I don't know why it says sween. I don't know what it means sween. I'll see you very sween. I'll see you very sween. I'll see you soon. Peace out.